What's up, everybody? It's time to play some Godus. I woke up today, much earlier today at the time of recording, and there was an email from Godus, because I backed it, from Peter Molyneux and 22 Cans, saying that there's this alpha build, or beta I guess. It says beta on the startup screen, but hey, whatever. It's really kind of an alpha though. So I've been playing it, and I've played a lot of it, and there's some good things and some bad things, so consider this my feedback for this build. And yeah. So if you don't know anything about it, it's a god game. Pretty much. There's a lot of cool stuff, and there's a lot of limitations as well. So let's have a look at what we're looking at right now. So these are all my settlement. As you can see, you've got a limited view, but as we pan around, we'll see how big my settlement has grown. It's got quite a bit of urban sprawl going on. And we get back here, and we found some of these things, which I'll talk about later, and we've found some other stuff. But we'll start back here, because this is where we started the whole game. And essentially, you've got these little people, and they build houses and stuff, and yeah, you've got to get your population to grow. And this purple stuff here is same as down the bottom left here, is your belief, which is basically the currency of the game. There's also these diamonds and things which you can use to buy stuff in a store which doesn't exist. Up here you've got your population, basically, is what I gather, and this is your book of cards, and everything is based on cards, like all your progression and everything, and you find cards in the world. So here we've got the abattagites, because I couldn't think of anything else, let's face it. And if we go right back to the beginning, we've got the index, which will show you the ages that you go through, and I haven't got past this period yet. I'm not sure why. I don't really know how to further it too much. I mean, there's no tutorial or anything, but that's fine. It's just an alpha build. But we can see here on the first one, the primitive age of the abattagite people. It's a bit of a mouthful. And once I collected these cards, which I'll show you in the later one, you get resources to contribute to it, it moves you on to the next stage, and each time you get a set of commandments, which apparently is based on how you play. So for some reason, because most of my stuff at the beginning was on this sort of deserty coastal land, so the holiest land to settle upon is that of the deserts and shores. And even though I knocked down every tree, they said trees must be respected or not reaped unthinkably. Anyway, but these cards give you stuff like that's a upgrade on the houses. This one, commandments, so that's how they got to the commandments, because I got that card. This is another house one, I think. Yes, so you can have different sized houses which will have different amount of population in each house. And these are the collection of resources that you get. So there's various different resources that different cards require. So this is the next stage, the growth period advances. Blah blah blah. Same deal. I didn't get all these, but there's little things. And again, there's some more resources. These are a little bit different this time. And now this is where I'm up to now, and you can see here that I haven't unlocked this card yet because I'm waiting on these resources to be discovered. I'm not sure this weird shadow thing that's going on here, but whatever. So I need 4 of that, whatever that is. Whoops, that didn't help. 4 of that and 4 of that. I think it's lumber or something. And so on and so forth, and then I'll get my commandments for that age and all that. And I've got these so far. So this one allows me to sculpt terrain with multiple layers at a time. This one means I can move plots, which I haven't figured out how to do, but that's okay. It's not really that essential, although it would be nice. But that's the card system, and you get cards by digging for them. But I have unlocked a card which gives it a day-night cycle. It calls it a calendar. But each of these houses creates belief. You can see over here there's 2 with little purple dots above them. And they're also not connected by roads because they're not close enough to this monument. And this is a settlement, which basically means it pulls all the belief for the connected houses into this one point. So you can just click on that, and you can see I've received the belief just from all those houses there. But these ones aren't connected, so I have to click on them individually. And as we move on, you can see I have to click on all these individually as well. But I've managed to place a few of these settlements. They're quite expensive, which I'll show you in a second. But let's gather it all up, because this is the first big problem that I have with the whole build at the moment, is that there's a lot of clicking. And it's all nice because there's a nice tune playing as you click them. But it's a pain in the arse, because just on this, forget the top bit, but before I had these, all these houses were still here, and I had to click on every single one individually just to get my belief, which was a pain in the arse, to be frank. But let's continue on and gather up all the remaining belief. I've got one other settlement up here. These guys. Oops. We'll look at that in a sec. Grab this one. Grab this one. We'll grab these. We'll grab all these. Because the reason I want to do this now is because then we can have a look at some stuff that you use your belief for. Which is kind of the point of the whole game, is that you gather your belief from your subjects or people or whatever. Oh, and that happens. That's another bugbear. All of this land can be sculpted, so you can drag bits out and you can push it away. It's quite an elegant little system. It also requires a buttload of clicking. So today, when I was setting up this game, when I first started playing, I ended up with extremely sore wrist because of all this clicking, and I actually had to stop playing because I couldn't handle it anymore, and I'd lost feeling in my hand, which is not a good thing. But okay, before we get too involved, let's have a look at stuff. We've got these monument things. When your people find these by expanding your land, they will work on it and raise it, and you'll get a card, and that will expand the amount of land that you're able to populate. So if we go over here to the edge of my thing, you'll see that I can only populate up to there. I can't click on anything over this side, but over here I can. Now in bits of land you can click on trees, and you can click on rocks, and they can be destroyed, and you'll get small amounts of belief for destroying them. But it's really, the point to destroying them is to clear land for your little people to build stuff. So that's why you want to find these monuments, these little ones, is because not only will you get a card, but it will also expand the amount of land you have to work with. Oh, there's some more I missed. So, a large part of the game is on sculpting the land. So let's have a look out here for a second, and there's multiple ways of doing it. You can click and drag to just pull a little bit. You can double click to pull a bigger bit towards you, or you can like keep double clicking to really build it up. Now I've got that card that gave me the ability to drag with multiple layers, so I can just go like this, and I find that's often a lot easier. And as you click and drag and you create more flat land, you'll see these plots will come up, and that's where the little people will build and expand your population. So as you do that, you'll see it'll adjust itself to, it's made a bigger plot there, and we'll get another one down here just while we're at it. Let's get a bigger one. There we go. So then that's not going to do much unless you actually get the people out, and all these flags are for houses where there are people in there. So they've built the house, they've lived in it, they've had a baby, and there are these people. So you click on it to get them out, to say, yo, come out into the world, and they'll wander around. Generally they just run straight to the nearest thing, but that costs belief to do that, so you don't end up doing it very much, and you end up with all these houses just sitting there with flags on them, waiting for nothing really. because especially at this end of town I'm not really expanding it much more because I'm up in the mountains looking for stuff at the moment. So you can see already that I'm clicking around a lot just to get all the belief and that sort of thing. And all of this, I might add, I have sculpted to try and make it a bit more interesting, and I ended up with this for some reason. So I thought, hey, well, I'll leave it there. It's a nice little canyon. And, you know, these little parts here I've made because so that the people can get up there. Because when I was expanding, they had to get up the mountain, and they can't just go up a sheer cliff. And that's what these steps are here for as well. So, you know, there's a little bit of... You've got to think about what you're doing a little bit just to make sure that your little dudes can get everywhere. Let's make it look a bit nicer. So, and yeah, look at this. This is all just a big cliff because I basically pulled all this out because I was running out of land and didn't have enough population to move on, but didn't have enough space to build more. So they'll go off to it and keep building a house, and you can click on it and see how long it's got left. So that'll take 10 minutes, that'll take 1 minute, you know, so on and so forth. So, once you've done that, you've got this Mount of the Gods, which I found fairly early on, but this is for battling other civilizations, which we'll have a look at anyway. But we'll look at it a bit later. I also found this temple, which my people went to and built at a predetermined site. I'm not sure what it's used for. There's another one over here, and if I click on it, it just does that weird fade thing, and it actually pops up the Steam overlay, so I'm not sure if you can see that on the video, but anyway. As I was digging around, I found this weird golden trail. So you can see I've really dug into this mountain. Let's push a bit of this back. But one of the things that is, again, another bugbear, or another annoying part, is that you can't rotate the camera and leave it there. So if I hold down Shift and use WASD, I can rotate the camera fine. And I can even zoom in and out with W and S, and A and D will rotate it. That's cool. So I've got it, let's say I've got it, I want to look down there. Cool, it's rotated. But now I can click and do stuff, but as soon as I hit the middle mouse button to click and drag and move around, oh, it puts it back. So that's really annoying, especially for things like this, because I'm trying to follow this little trail here, but as soon as I start moving off it, it's going to change my view, and it's not going to be very helpful. But let's have a little look, see if this actually ends anytime soon, because I've been following this for a while, but with all these layers it's quite expensive, because moving all this actually costs you belief. You can see it going down in the corner there. Now, I could come over here and just double click, or keep clicking with the right mouse button to dig. Left mouse button will build. But because I've got that card which shifts everything up, I think it's a lot easier just to click and drag. It would be nice if there was a way to just click and, like, I'm clicking, dragging, clicking, dragging, clicking, dragging. It would be nice if I could just click and drag and just keep going, you know, rather than doing all these little clicks. See, now I'm in an awkward position because I can't get around there, but if I try and turn, it's off to the side a bit. But if I want to center that, I might go, oh goody, I'll center it, but oh look, now I'm over there. So I'm going to keep digging away at this anyway, but we won't do that right now, because, you know, this could go on forever for all I know. And also it's using up all my belief, which we don't necessarily want to do. And hey, this little golden path might not actually lead anywhere, so let's not worry about it too much. Now, I'm not sure if I have any ready to go, but out in the wilderness and throughout the land, you'll find these little kind of, they look like confetti kind of markers that show you where there's something buried. And I think I've actually grabbed them all, which is a shame, but that's how you get your cards, is you dig up these chests, and in the chests are cards. And those cards are your resources, which then go towards unlocking other stuff. Let's just grab these main ones for now. We'll leave all the single ones. I'll grab a few. Bam. So the belief does refill fairly quickly enough. Here's one of those little temple kind of totem things that hasn't been discovered yet. So when my people do make it there and work on it and unlock it, then it'll unlock an area further along that I can then start working on and living. But because I've got all this area, I haven't really worried about that right now. I've got this big mountain to cut through, so could be a while. So, but that's pretty much it. On the left here, this is your god powers. So depending on how much belief you have, you can do certain things. You can create a totem, which I'm not sure where my totem is right now. I think it might be... No. Okay, I forget. But basically you pop the totem on the ground, and when you activate it, it will... All your people that are outside of their house will go to that spot. So if I really wanted, say, to get them over here, I'd put the totem down there, and I'd let out a few of these dudes, and they'd run up there. Although I'd probably need to sculpt this back a bit so that they can actually get there. The settlements are those statues there, which build the roads, and all the roads are built automatically. And then there's other things like a statue of speed, which makes them work a lot faster. Beautify, I don't know, I haven't unlocked it. Yeah, it's all this sort of stuff. And there's other cool stuff like this, which I really want to get to, which is like you can click and drag down from the sky to send fiery meteors down at the land, destroying all in their path, unlocking primitive age. So that would be cool, because, you know, part of the joy of a god game is being a vengeful god and a spiteful god. You create a volcano, create a tornado. So there's all this stuff. But generally you don't end up using much of it when you're playing it for a long time. So yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. And those dudes might be finished down the bottom there, so let's have a look. Yeah, we can see we've got some new houses here. And you just keep expanding your land and finding new things, digging up new treasures and that sort of thing. So let's actually try that totem. Where's a good place? I could sculpt away some of this, but it's going to be hard. Okay, they could get up there, get up there. Let's just make a little path for them. And then that should see them to the... I guess it might not. Let's have a look. Let's get rid of some of these trees. Okay, now we'll pull this out, so we give them a bit of a step to get up there. Okay, cool. That should work. So let's place the totem right there. And we'll let these dudes out. And they're going to try and make their way up there. Now let's see how they do. Doesn't look like they're going to make it. Cool. Well, let's help them out a bit. Let's pull this out. Let's pull this out. Let's pull out some of this. And let's push that. Let's get rid of these rocks. Push that. Push that. You gonna start heading up, dudes? That's why I've got those steps near the front, because they're a bit dumb sometimes. They don't really know what's going on, but they are peasants after all, and they are my followers. But I'm not a vengeful god. I'm happy to let them run around and be dumb and figure it out themselves. I'm not going to get angry at them for that, for being stupid. Let's face it, they'd have to be stupid to follow me. Come on, up you go. Go on. Alright, let's bring it down a level for you. Okay, well they're there. So let's deactivate the totem. And hopefully all those dudes will start working on it. Which I think they are. They're just kind of inside because it's alpha. So they don't really sit around it that easily at the moment. But that's cool. We'll just give them a bit of land to work with because they might end up going outside it eventually. But that'll probably take a while. You can also click on them to heal them, yeah. So this guy's looking a bit dead. Let's heal him. And off he goes. He's walking away now. They will actually die. Like you'll see them die and their corpses will be stuck on the ground. And you can click on them to poke it and push them into the ground, like kind of bury them. Yeah, get on to building that house. There's a good little dude. But basically, what I'm doing right now is what you do for most of the game. The vast majority is collecting belief and then reshaping things to make it habitable for all your little dudes. Well, let's go have a look at this Mount of the Gods. So this is it. I've done the first one, which they're basically little battles. I'm not sure if these are to be done multiplayer, because this person, I don't know what the hell is going on here, because I could quit and come back and this person will be the same. So this is an automated thing. It's a little weird because it's kind of presented as a real person, and hey, if it is, that's a bit weird, but whatever, we'll give it a go. And the fact that I totally kicked their ass last time doesn't really make me think it's a real person. It makes me think it's AI. But essentially you'll get given your own people on a map, and they'll have their people, and you've got to get rid of their people. That's the idea. And you see they've got 20, I've got 20. We start off with 1,000 belief. Let's go ahead and start sculpting out this land so that we can get bigger and better. Yeah, build a house there. Go on. Off you go. Come on. Let's drag that out, make this bigger, hopefully. There we go. Now, let's just go have a quick look over here. Okay. So they'll do their thing and I'll do my thing, and looks like we'll end up going through there and trying to destroy each other. Now it's interesting because I've never actually seen a castle before, but I'm guessing, judging by that little action, it gathers all the belief for you. So let's just expand all of this, because why not? Let's get these people out of their houses, so they can start working on some stuff for me. So we want to get this stuff all built nice and quickly, because I'm already behind. You can see up the top there oh no, we're both 33 now, so that's cool. Okay, let's keep expanding. But essentially the first time I did this, I ended up with like 90 versus 18 or something, whatever that number means. I'm not sure if it's population. But I then just put a beacon on their land and they went and attacked them, so I'm assuming that was what you meant to do. Who knows? So let's just keep doing this, we'll keep gathering belief, we'll let them out. There's a lot of misclicking that goes on in this as well. You'll notice sometimes I'll click on a tree instead, or I'll destroy a house by mistake because I've sculpted some land that I shouldn't have. Something like that. But, you know, I'm hoping that that'll all be refined by the time the game's finished, because that sort of stuff is very, very annoying. Because you end up destroying people for no good reason and without expecting to, and you have to fix it quickly before something happens, and a little bit more precision would be nice. So all we're going to do is keep doing this. And I imagine this is kind of like what multiplayer battles will be like as well. I'm out of belief.
Okay.
Let's do that, grab that. Okay, how are we doing? 47. Alright, keep going, keep expanding. While that's going, I'm just going to go see if I can come over. Oh, look at all the funny colours. Let's see if I can stuff up theirs. No, not really. Well, you can see there, one of their dudes just died there, so... Okay, so I can't complete... I guess maybe I need some more belief. Wonder if I can destroy their houses. Nope. Okay, oh well. Let's expand this a bit more. Let's see if we can get lots and lots of dudes so we can give them an absolute trouncing. Let's gather up all that belief, get some workers out. See, I just destroyed that house by mistake. You can save it if you then put it back in time, but my word is it annoying. It's very, very annoying. Let's get rid of that rock. Maybe we can fit something in here. Yeah, there's another house there, that'll do. They can build that. So you can see you don't really have much control over what they build where, other than giving them enough space to build it. So we'll do this, see if I make it bigger it'll turn into a size 3. I wonder if you can get size 4 in this mode. Oh yeah, there's a size 4. See how far we can take it. Let's just do this. Of course you need more belief. Oh, look at that! Is that a size 4 or a size 5? It's hard to tell. Anyway, let's get some people working on it. Oh, it's a castle. Okay, so that's what that is. I could build lots of those, in theory. I think I'm getting up to the point where I'd want to start attacking. Oop. I misclicked. Okay. Bear with me a tick. I just took it out of full screen by mistake. And we're back. No, I don't want to quit. Okay, I clicked outside of the screen for some reason there. Wow, that's cool. You can actually build castles. Nice. That should give me a bit of an advantage, hopefully. Problem is, if you don't expand it by the time they get there, they'll start building it. So then you're stuck with a little house. But, you know, that's cool. It's kind of nice that... I like the idea behind this, that you don't have 100% control over everything. That's a good feature. That's a very good feature. Because otherwise it just ends up being SimCity or something like that. And it's not. So... and at the end of the day, you can only influence people as a god. You can't dictate things directly. So... that's cool. I can dig that. The problem is that this sort of stuff, I mean, all the clicking I'm doing right now. I know it's only clicking, but you do that for, you know, some long play sessions and you're stuffed. Gonna grab that. Refill that. I mean, this would be much easier if I could just click and drag, let's face it. It would be so much easier. Let's get another big one there. Cool. And I reckon we'll be ready to go and attack any moment. Just gather up all this belief so that we're ready to go. We'll wait for those last few houses. You can see like this dude's died, so we can push him into the ground. These people are looking pretty dead, so we'll heal them just by clicking on them. They'll get up and start doing stuff again. When I first started playing, I tried to heal all my people, but it's not worth it. They'll die, but new ones will be born to take their place. So that was another misclick. I just let that guy out of his house by mistake, when I didn't really want to at that stage, but you know, that's the way it goes. Alright, let's grab a beacon. Place a totem, and we'll place it there. And then we'll come back here and we'll do this on all the houses to get them all out. I mean, I think this is kind of how you meant to play this. I don't know. Maybe you meant to use a power or something to smite the enemies. Ah, so you don't actually get people to go out from those castles. Okay, we've almost got all of them. I think that's all of them. And that guy. Alright, let's see what they do. Here they come, and they're fighting. Beautiful. Now let's move the totem over to here. Let's see if I do have any powers. Nope, 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 nope. So I must be doing that correctly, I'd imagine. Oh, Armageddon, 20k. Okay, let's move this again. Move totem, let's move it over here. Oh wow, they're actually building their own stuff. Let's actually deactivate the totem and let them run amok. Let's see what happens. They'll just attack any of the enemy structures like this guy's doing here. And the enemies will also attack you like this dude's doing over here. Yeah, that's it. Take him out. And build your own houses at the same time. Hey, and I get that. Wow, cool. That's pretty good. How much do I need for... I need 20k if I want Armageddon. Let's see if we can get it before we win. I don't think we will, to be honest. Click, click, click goes the clicks. Lots and lots of clicks. Let's let all these people out. And we'll activate the totem. And they'll all run over there. I might have to move the totem. Yeah, I'm not going to have enough for Armageddon. But let's move the totem to here. Okay, they're coming out and destroying all my dudes. But that's okay, all the rest of them will be there soon. Here they come. They've died. Let's just get rid of all these plots of land. We don't need that. They're going to attack that. And that should be GG. Once they kill off these guys. You won! And I get a card. What will the card be? Follow a tribe. Followers returning from battle come to live in your homeworld. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I get multiple cards. Cool. Plus 1000 belief. As a god, you're only as powerful as the belief that is bestowed upon you. This is true. Pickaxe. What does that do? Simple axes consist of stone head. Yeah, that's nice. And another pickaxe. Oh, these are resource cards. Okay. So the resource cards are the ones that go together to... Oh, these are the guys that were there. Oh, cool. The resource cards are the ones that you use to get new powers and advance your housing and all that sort of thing. The only problem is your existing housing doesn't actually upgrade. It's only newly built stuff. Like these houses here, these are from the very first set of houses that were built. These little mud brick looking things. And the only way to get rid of them is to destroy them. Like if I go... No, it's not going to work. No. If I go like that, I can destroy them. Right, let it destroy completely. Let's go all the way through. And let's get rid of that one too, because we don't want it. Cool, and then as I pull it back, it'll set more plots to be built. So they'll get about doing that. Oh, and there's some more old ones here, but anyway, you get the idea. But that's pretty much where it's at. I'd love to see some kind of improvement on this. See, misclicked again. On all this clicking that you have to do, because it's the worst. It makes me not want to play it. However, I've still played it for way too long with that in mind, because it's quite addicting to see how far you can go and find what you can discover and all that kind of stuff. So I think this has the potential to be great, but at the same time it's a little bit worrying. Do I have people there? When there are people building that? I guess they pissed off somewhere else. Anyway, that is Godus. It looks pretty good. I've got high hopes. I just hope like hell that they fix the problems it has, like all the clicking and the weird way that the houses don't upgrade themselves. You have to destroy them, that sort of thing. And I hope that I can rotate the camera eventually and leave it there rather than it resetting back to that every time. Doesn't matter where you rotate it to. Because with all these, you get some deep cliffs sometimes, but you can't really manipulate it very well. But you know, this is all very early alpha. So yeah, I guess we'll leave it there. I'm done. Thanks for watching.